Iran, the story of a country from empire to crisis. 1. Introduction. The most complex country in the Middle East, a land that has hosted one of the world's oldest civilizations with a history spanning thousands of years, vast underground reserves of oil and natural gas, a young, educated, yet increasingly hopeless population. Today, Iran is seen as one of the most complex countries not only in the Middle East, but in global politics as a whole. How did this country reach this point? What is life like for ordinary people in Iran? And what lies behind the events that have shaken the country in recent years? In this video, we take a comprehensive look at Iran, its history, society, political system, and ongoing crises. 2. Historical background. From the Persian Empire to the modern state. Iran's roots go back to the Persian Empire. Founded in 550 BC, the Achaemenid Empire is known for the Cyrus Cylinder, which is considered one of the earliest written documents related to human rights in history. Over the centuries, Iran experienced the invasion of Alexander the Great, the spread of Islam, the establishment of Shi'ism as the state religion during the Safavid era, the Qajar and Pahlavi dynasties. By the 20th century, Iran had become a monarchy attempting to modernize under Western influence. However, for much of the population, this modernization meant inequality and repression. 3. The 1979 Islamic Revolution, a turning point. The Islamic Revolution of 1979 completely changed Iran's destiny. The Shah was overthrown, the monarchy collapsed, and the country became the Islamic Republic of Iran. As a result of the revolution, religion was placed at the center of the state, anti-Western sentiment became official ideology, relations with the United States were severed. Society was forced into a deep and rapid transformation. The leader of the revolution, Ayatollah Khomeini, argued that Western-style freedoms would corrupt Iranian society. 4. Political system. Elections exist, but power is limited. Technically, elections exist in Iran. A president is elected. A parliament is elected. However, at the top of the system stands the supreme leader. This position holds ultimate authority over the military and judiciary, the media, and foreign policy. In addition, the Guardian Council vets candidates and decides who is allowed to run for office. This significantly limits the will of the people. 5. Daily life. Youth and contradictions. A large portion of Iran's population is under the age of 30. There is a young generation that is university educated, technologically savvy, and closely connected to the outside world. Yet they face mandatory headscarf laws for women, social media restrictions, limitations on Western music and entertainment, severe constraints on freedom of expression. Young people are caught between strict rules and their desire for a modern lifestyle. Many Iranians use VPNs, secretly access banned platforms, consider leaving the country. 6. The economy, rich but poor. Iran possesses some of the world's largest reserves of oil natural gas. Despite this wealth, a large part of the population lives near the poverty line. The main reasons include international sanctions, poor economic policies, allegations of corruption, a state-controlled economic structure. In recent years, inflation has surged. The national currency has sharply lost value. Food and rent prices have increased dramatically. This has fueled widespread public anger. 7. Women and human rights. One of the most sensitive issues in Iran is women's rights. Women are required to follow strict dress codes, are not legally equal to men in certain areas, face harsh punishments despite being at the forefront of protests. As a result, women-led demonstrations have become increasingly prominent in recent years. 8. Protests. Anger boiling over in the streets. Since the early 2000s, protests in Iran have become more frequent. However, the most recent wave of protests has been far larger and more widespread than those before it. Initial triggers included economic crisis, high inflation, unemployment. These demands quickly evolved into calls for political freedom, an end to repression, systemic change. 9. Internet shutdowns and the information war. During protests, Iranian authorities have repeatedly slowed down the internet, shut down social media platforms, isolated the country from the outside world. The goal was to block the flow of information, prevent protests from spreading. Despite this, people continued to share information through alternative means. 10. Foreign policy. Iran and the world. Iran has tense relations with the United States, and Israel faces pressure over its nuclear program, seeks to maintain its role as a regional power. This has resulted in ongoing sanctions, economic isolation, a heavier burden on ordinary citizens. 11. The future. Where is Iran headed? Today, Iran stands at a crossroads. Will repression and control continue? Or will the country experience a deep social transformation? One thing is clear: the Iranian people want a greater voice in shaping their future. 12. Conclusion. Iran is a country rich in history, culture, and human potential. Yet today, that richness is overshadowed by a profound crisis. This story is not over, and the world continues to watch Iran closely.